Hello and welcome to Community Conversations. I'm your host, KK Conachero. In our second of two programs featuring members of Fremont Unified's class of 2018, we are happy to welcome a few more high school seniors who will be soon taking the stage to receive their diplomas. The graduating ceremonies are the culmination of 4 years of hard work and accomplishments in and out of the classroom. We are so excited they are here to tell us more about their plans for the future, and thank you for being here. But before we go any further, can you introduce yourself and say what school you're with? And we're going to start with you.
I'm Jose Padilla. I'm with Robertson High School.
Robertson, okay.
I'm Rishi Sharma. I'm with Michigan San Jose High School.
Okay.
My name's David Masropian. I go to Washington High School.
Great. Well, first of all, congratulations, you made it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now,
Thank you.
since you are in, we are taping the show a few weeks before you start the actual graduation ceremonies. I know you graduated early, we're lucky you. But what is going through your head right now as far as, okay, this part of my life is ended and now I'm going to start my future. What are you feeling? What are you thinking?
At the moment, I'm just trying to get college figured out.
Yeah.
Maybe trying to get a part-time job so I can start adulting a little bit more. Start trying to help my parents out with bills and stuff. I know that's important.
Yeah, it is important.
Yeah.
Rishi, what are you thinking and feeling?
I'm just so excited that I'm almost done with high school. That's like a big chapter in life, and
Yes.
I can't wait for what's ahead. And it just went by so fast.
It did, yeah.
But it was good. I had a lot of good memories from my experience at Mission.
Good. And what about you, David?
I guess the same thing that's been in my head for 4 years. I'm really excited, but it's starting to sink in all the realities of life after high school. So,
Yeah. So what are your favorite memories of high school?
I think more recent ones have been like just doing stuff with leadership. We've been doing a lot of stuff for the community lately.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
What did we do recently? I remember, I think it was my junior year, we were doing a project with the homeless, and we were helping out. There's an organization on Grimmer that helps out homeless and just like teaches them like new social skills and like provides supplies for them, just like hygienic supplies and stuff like that. So we were able to go in and help them out with that, and it was great to feel like useful to them and to the community.
That is a good memory. How about you, Rishi?
My favorite memories were probably my 4th season of baseball, and then volunteering with the special ed kids classes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was really fun for me, and I learned a lot from them. And like it just opens up a lot of things that like not everyone's gifted to have like a normal life, but then like you can still help out, and it like you help them, they help you. It's good. They taught me a lot. So
Good. How about you, David?
I'm really grateful to not be able to think of like a specific thing or a couple specific things, but mainly my favorite memories have been involving like the connections I've made with people, whether it's a friend who's a peer, or getting closer with a teacher more than just like on a professional basis. So definitely the relationships I've made in high school.
Great. Yeah, that's going to be tough when you have to leave them, huh?
Yeah.
So, who were your favorite teachers and why were they important to you? Since you made those connections.
Yeah, so I guess the teacher, I've been really lucky ever since I started in this district. I moved to Fremont right before 2nd grade. I've been really lucky to have a lot of great teachers, but I think the one in high school that made the biggest impact on me was Mrs. Helen Parrish. She retired last year.
Yeah,
but
she's great.
Oh yeah, she was our activities director for 15 years, for me for 3 years, freshman, sophomore, and junior year. And it's I try to like absorb as much as I can from different people, teachers, whenever like they're imparting wisdom. But I think most wisdom is self-taught, and what was so amazing about Mrs. Parrish, like in addition to the wisdom she gave us an environment to really, for students like me, to really learn about yourself, like try different things, fail, learn. And
She made it safe for you.
Yeah, and because of that environment she gave us, I learned a lot. So
Yeah.
I'm very grateful to her.
That's great. Now, you two have been working in the community. Was there a teacher that prompted you into this kind of extracurricular, after-school programs, or how did that work out? Who was your favorite teacher that made you get involved with the community?
I definitely feel that it was Mr. Berry for me. He was just he brought me into leadership. I didn't originally pick to be in leadership, but he saw leadership qualities in me, and as soon as I got into the class, you know, he threw me in the wolf den, so to speak, and he let me have at it. You know, he knew that I could handle like responsibilities like that. So he was just really like, I don't want to say pushy because he wasn't pushy. He was just
He's
very
encouraging.
Yeah, he was encouraging, definitely, and he was just he knew that I had an interest in it. I just didn't know how to like get my foot in the door, and he definitely helped with that. He was just super supportive, and he knew that I had great qualities for it.
Nice. And do you see your leadership skill set now?
I do. I've been noticing.
So he was right?
Yeah, he was definitely right. Most definitely.
It's amazing what people see in you that you don't see, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So who is your favorite teacher?
I'd have to say Miss Singh and Mr. Ho. They're the ones who I class I volunteer with, and like they've been like giving me so much advice, and like they're people I can just go talk to, and they've been helping me like, let's say for example, like college decisions and stuff. And they're so easy to talk to, and they know a lot, and they know like they know things about me like that I don't know, like and they just help me like realize that I can do more things than I like thought I could.
Yeah. So with all that said, what career paths are you looking into? Who would like to start?
I could start. Well, I don't know exactly what college I'm going to yet, but I do know that like I'm going to major in finance and economics, and I guess my dream job would be like a agent for athletes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really big into sports, and like I've been like I love economics too, so like I think that if I can combine those two, that'd be perfect.
Good. That would be a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of money. For me, what I'm most passionate about is art, specifically filmmaking and acting.
Oh, nice.
So after a couple of years, I'm going to Ohlone probably, so after a couple of years I'd love to transfer to a film school. And then once I'm successful as an artist, I want to adopt activism as a sort of like a full-time second profession, because I just want to sort of in a more direct way like make the world a better place. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm counting on you to do that, okay?
Thank you.
No
All right.
pressure.
Yep.
Okay. How about yourself?
At the moment, I'm just everyone's always asked me like, what do you want to do after you're done with high school? Like, what kind of career do you want to go into? And we would always do activities to find that stuff out, and I always just had a hard time with it. And right now, like, I'm having an especially hard time with it because I'm done with high school and I'm getting into a part-time job, and I still don't exactly know what I want to do yet because of all the interests that I have. And it's just like, it's hard pinpointing exactly what you want to do. And I have had a lot of people tell me like, when you start going into college, like I'm originally going to go into a community college and I'm going to take general ed.
Which I think is smart.
Right. Everybody's been telling me like those 2 years that you have or however long you have when you're taking general ed, it really just helps to put everything into perspective and like really like let you feel how college is, and that will be the time when I'm really going to know what I really want to do. So
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that like my eyes will open to a definite career that I want. Yeah.
And there's no deadline, you know
Right.
that. Okay. So, before the show, you had mentioned what schools you were looking at. As far as figuring out what college and all the paperwork, how's that been? Filling out all this paperwork to try and get into college. Was it stressful? Was it easy?
I was watching a TV show earlier in the year, and there was like a part in the episode where it was like it's set like 15 years before now, about 15, 20 years before, and they were like filling out applications on like paper, like everything, and I was just like, oh, thank God we don't have to do that as much, like the physical paperwork. So, you know, it's nice that a lot of it is digitized and a lot of answers to a lot of our questions are online, but like I found the deeper I went into like researching, the more difficult it became to find like answers to specific questions, and that's when you have to really make sure that you give yourself enough time, that you start on the process early so that you can reach out to college counselors and see what each specific school requires, because it is different, even though there are like systems of schools, it is different for each campus. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have a hard time, or
I would say it was tedious. Like
Yeah.
it was just a lot of, filling out stuff and just repetitions, and like I mean, hopefully it pays off in the end, but it definitely was not fun to do.
Yeah. So if any of our viewing audience is, like a freshman in high school or sophomore in high school and they're watching this show, what advice would you give them as far as looking into a college? Should they start in their sophomore year? Should they start, Because in my day, it was a totally different ballgame. We had like the week of graduation to think about this. Nowadays, with everything that's changing with technology and the pressure of everything, do you think they should start earlier? I mean, when did you start thinking about your future?
They had us, I definitely think that the earlier you start planning for your college experience and the way that you're, like what college you want to go to, the type of people that you're going to have to be communicating with, I definitely feel like it's important to do it earlier than later because you'll build a stronger relationship.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot easier just to work with people once you've already known them, once you already talk with them. So if they're definitely, if they're already looking into colleges as a freshman, that's probably a really smart step to do at the moment, yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think like earlier the better. And then when you know like, you have more, it gives yourself like more time to decide what you want to do. And then if you always like, you don't want to change it, then you have more time to think about like your options. And I think like, now we have like the internet and all that stuff. Google's just button away, so it's really easy to research and find out, maybe you like this major, you didn't know about that, or there's this college you could go to.
Right.
So it's just so much easier now, and I just think earlier is better.
Yeah. How about you?
I would say first, I guess, sort of figure out what you're interested in, or better start what you're not interested in.
Yeah, that's the easy part.
That's usually easier to categorize before you move on to the stuff that you'd be willing to study for many years and then hopefully make a career out of. So I would say focus on that first, and then from there see what colleges are good for whatever fields you may be interested in.
So can I interrupt you for a second? Because you want to go into the film world.
Yeah.
So in the film industry, there's many different facets to it.
Yes.
So how are you planning your start? Are you going to act first? Are you going to go into directing, producing? How are you going to figure your plan out?
So the thing I enjoy most is directing, so that's definitely going to be my focus. But like, I think with a lot of artists, they want to do many things at the same time. So I definitely want to flex all those muscles continuously: directing, writing, producing, acting.
Good.
And
Because you may
especially
find
with
something. Oh, I like this.
Yeah, definitely.
That you didn't know existed.
Yeah, of course. And also in a very competitive industry like that, it's probably a good idea to be as to have as many attributes as possible to gain as many skills as you can, not just like one type of field, because it is a very subjective thing when people choose stuff for that. But I would say for like, if anybody is watching this who's thinking about college and starting that process, I would say don't worry too much about where you want to go. I think there are only a few professions where like you really need to go to a top school in order to succeed. So I would say don't worry too much about what the expectations of others, your peers, your family. It's very difficult, but try to focus on, okay, what would I enjoy, what's best for me, and don't stress yourself out. You can go to a college. If you don't like it, you can try to transfer, and then you can always even change careers in the future. So don't.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. So what kind of activism are you thinking about doing in the future?
Primarily, I want to focus on education because I think that's sort of like the doorway, that's the key to helping solve all the other issues that we face. So I want to focus on education, but the secondary thing that I want to tackle is just trying to combat climate change, because if we don't fix that, then nothing else matters.
It does. Okay, so I'm going to make you the experts now. In your high school career, what other advice would you give incoming classes to either experience in high school, or discover in high school? What advice would you give incoming classes that they should really take advantage of this class or that club, because you just never know what you're going to like, or any extracurricular activities? What would you suggest or advise incoming classmates?
I would definitely advise them just to try everything possible. If there's even the slightest bit of interest, you should definitely try it.
Yeah.
Just the small interest that you have, maybe another person has it, and you can make a really good friend that pushes you to be in that club or to be in that activity or that project, and maybe you end up loving it and you run off that, or maybe you really don't like someone in there and you're like, I'm gonna go to this, and that ends up being the perfect thing for you. So just definitely try everything, and
explore.
Okay. Everything in high school is very stressful, but like if you just explore and you find the things that you like and make you excited at the end of the day, then that's what really matters.
Exactly.
Things
Good job.
matter.
What would you say, Rishi?
To build off what he said is like, yeah, like try as many things as you can, and also like make it like a priority to be involved in the school community. Like when you make all these connections and you meet all these new people, you build these experiences, and like you could use it later in life.
Yeah.
So I think just like being involved in the community is something that like should be a priority for everyone.
That's great.
It makes the school a better place.
Yes, and yourself.
Yeah,
Because you learn things I didn't know existed. How about you, David?
As much as I've always been excited to graduate high school, like I have this wish in the back of my head all the time that I want my life to go as slowly as possible, because I just life is short and I want it to last as much as possible. And I read or heard somewhere that when you try new things and you focus on what you're doing, even if it's not a new thing, you sort of like your brain perceives time to go slower. So I definitely agree. Like try new things in high school. It's a great time. High school provides a lot of safe environments for you to try things and fail and learn from that. And even the stuff that you don't like, try to do it well, because if you're choosing to do something, you may not like the class that you're in, but you're choosing to stay in high school. Like it may not seem like a choice, but if you show up every day, then that's a choice that you make. So whatever you're doing, just try to do it well. Just try to focus on it, concentrate on it, because it'll feel more rewarding. Time will go by slower. It'll feel like you had a full week, like you deserve the rest whenever you get it. And but don't sacrifice your health. It's really not worth it. Make sure you get enough sleep. Make sure you get enough sleep. That's the number one thing. When you're trying new things, it's not worth sacrificing your physical health to try those new things.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to all of you. I can tell you're all going to succeed no matter what field you go into. So congratulations. I so appreciate you being on the show. From everyone here at Community Conversations, we appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.